timeless secret of lifelong happiness. It had been over 12 hours since Julian had arrived at my house. Those 12 hours were, without a doubt, the most important of my life. All at once, I was feeling exhilarated, motivated, and yes, even liberated. I realized that I had not even begun to explore the reaches of my human potential. Julian's wisdom allowed me the opportunity to come to grips with the wounds that were keeping me from living with the laughter, energy, and fulfillment I knew that I deserved. I felt moved. I'll have to leave soon. You have commitments which are pressing on your time, and I have my own work to tend to, Julian said apologetically. My work can wait. Unfortunately, mine can't, he said with a quick smile. But before I leave, I must reveal the final element of Yogi Raman's magical fable. You will recall that the sumo wrestler fell to the ground. After what seemed like an eternity, he finally regained consciousness when the marvelous fragrance of the yellow roses reached his nose. He then jumped to his feet in delight and was astonished to see a long, winding path studded with millions of tiny diamonds. Of course, our friend the sumo wrestler took the path, and in doing so, lived happily ever after. Seems plausible, I chuckled. Yogi Raman's story has a purpose, and the principles it symbolizes are not only powerful, they are highly practical. True, I agreed without reservation. The path of diamonds, then, will serve to remind you of the final virtue of enlightened living. By carrying this principle with you through your daily work, you will enrich your life. You will begin to see the exquisite wonders in the simplest of things and live with the ecstasy you deserve. And by carrying out your promise to me and sharing it with others, you will also allow them to transform their world from the ordinary into the extraordinary. Will this take me a while to learn? The principle itself is strikingly straightforward to grasp, but learning how to apply it effectively in all your waking moments will take a couple of weeks of steady practice. Okay, I'm dying to hear it. Funny you should say that, because the seventh and final virtue is all about living. The sages of Savannah believed that a truly joyful and rewarding life comes only through a process they called living in the now. The most important moment is now. Learn to live in it and savor it fully. I understand exactly what you're saying, Julian. My mind is always flooded by a million little thoughts pulling me in a million different directions. It's really frustrating. Why? It tires me out. I guess I just don't have peace of mind. Yet I have experienced times when my mind is fully occupied on only what was in front of me. Often, this happened when I was under the gun to crank out a legal brief, and I didn't have time to think about anything other than the task at hand. I've also felt this kind of total focus when I was playing soccer with the boys, and I really wanted to win. Hours seemed to pass by in minutes, and I felt centered. It was as if the only thing that mattered to me was what I was doing in that very moment. Come to think of it, these were probably the times when I felt the most peaceful as well. Julian replied, "Being engaged in a pursuit that truly challenges you is the surest route to personal satisfaction. But the real key to remember is that happiness is a journey, not a destination. Live for today. There will never be another one quite like it," finished Julian, his smooth hands coming together as if to give a prayer of thanks for being privy to what he had just said. Is that the principle that the path of diamonds in Yogi Raman's fable symbolizes? I asked. You can have the life you deserve the very moment you start to understand that the path you are currently walking on is one rich with diamonds and other priceless treasures. Enjoy the beauty and the sacredness of all that is around you. You owe it to yourself. Does that mean that I should stop setting big goals for my future and concentrate on the present? No, replied Julian firmly. Goals and dreams for the future are essential elements in every truly successful life. My point is simply this. Never put off happiness for the sake of achievement. Today is the day to seize the moment and live a life that soars. Today is the day to live from your imagination and harvest your dreams. And please never, ever forget the gift of family.